Dylan's pick of the week was the 2008 film Journey to the Center of the Earth. What the fuck? Take us away.
All right, Journey to the Center of the Earth is about a story to the center of the Earth. I'm kidding. There's more to it than that. Main dude's brother goes missing. Nephew finds something with the readings. They go to Iceland. They get the guide. They go down. They find the whole planet terrarium thing at the center of the Earth. They gotta escape before they're boiled alive. They go through some wacky hijinks. They make it to some geyser. They get shot out of a volcano in Italy, and they live happily ever after with a fluorescent electric bird. Tanner, what's your haiku that involves said bird?
My haiku, as inspired by Journey to the Center of the Earth. I can't even fit the title of this movie in a haiku line.
No way.
Alright, so Dylan, Tenichi was fucking ragging on this movie previously, undeservedly so. So what are your thoughts on this one, would you say?
This movie had a much brighter light in my childhood, unfortunately. Yeah, I think the movie's enjoyable. I don't think it's bad. I think it's fun to watch. I think the characters are kooky and wild.
Which one's your favorite?
Which one's my favorite?
Yeah.
Ah, man. I don't want to say the mountain guide because she don't really have anything going on.
Except for a lot going on, dude.
Oh boy. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Brendan Fraser. I like his other movies.
He's also a geologist in this one.
Okay. Anyway.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I guess Brendan Fraser. I know it's a really basic answer, but regardless, I'm just gonna get right to the negatives just to clear the air here.
What?
The CGI in this movie, oh boy, and also the green screen, it's not good.
It's almost impressive, dude. It's so fucking bad.
I like the part where he's running away from the T-Rex on the big old Muscovite field, like that was rough.
Speaking of the Muscovite though, Dylan, did you like all the geology stuff they were talking about? Wasn't that nice?
This movie had a partial minor part in me wanting to become a geologist.
Really?
That's crazy.
Just a little bit. Not enough. Like, it wasn't compelling. I knew what I wanted to do in middle school. It just was solidified when I actually figured out after high school.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I think this movie's fun to watch. I don't think it does anything impressive. I think, aside from the CGI and the green screen not being great, I think the visuals are pretty good. At least for, like, what they were trying to go for, the idea of it all. I am... No. Whatever, Jackson. This is my time to pick it apart.
Time to shine.
I don't think the science was too out of line, though, to be completely honest. Aside from the whole fact of there being a center of the Earth.
And all that entails, which is the rest of the movie.
I know, but at least, like, the stuff that actually exists in our world makes sense. So they weren't doing anything wild.
Like nothing in the movie.
Magnesium being flammable and muscovite being a very paper-thin rock that forms. Anyway.
Okay.
Enough. I don't know. I enjoy the adventure, but I can acknowledge that visually this movie isn't super stunning. Also, I want to add, I don't know if the movie skipped at this is very minor. I don't know if the movie skipped for you guys as well, but when that kid wakes up on the beach and he gets spooked by the fish, there's supposed to be a zoom pan on that fish in front of him, but it didn't do that, so it just looks like he got spooked by the fish and that was it.
That reminds me of that same exact fucking scene where they had like multiple takes of the kid waking up from the beach, and I guess honestly this movie has a lot of like 3D insert scenes in it, and I'm pretty sure because of those 3D insert scenes of him like spitting on us or whatever it was, they had scenes where he had like his fucking gloves on when they weren't supposed to be on, and then like later we see him take them off even though they're already off in the scene. It was just janky. There was very inconsistent things going on there.
There's like 3 cuts back to back to back where he keeps having gloves appear on and off of his hands.
Yeah, I forgot to acknowledge. I knew you guys were gonna bring it up. This movie was in the climax of the 3D era, so unfortunately, this was one of those movies that got rolled into. We need to make this as 3D as possible, so it's visually appealing in the theaters.
We need some random object flying out of the screen every 5 minutes.
Yeah, we need to get spit on right now. That's what I'm really looking for here.
Also, the audio cutting in this movie. Some movies are less offensive or they don't do it as much. I've noticed a lot where the lines are kind of just cut and you can just tell where they start a line and end it, but they have to like chop it because they didn't get it right one time, so they like doctor together a bunch. So that was a little unfortunate and noticeable. But the last thing, this has nothing to do with anything. This was like the only movie I ever went in depth and like watched all the behind the scenes shit for, because I was super interested in how they made the movie. Anyway, with that out of the way, you guys go ahead, take it away.
How did they make the movie, Dylan?
The saliva is super gross, dude.
Oh.
But the first note I wrote down after seeing this movie is just why. As in, why did they make this?
Yeah, to be honest, after seeing this movie, I'm happy that they kicked Brendan Fraser out of Hollywood. I hope that he never comes back.
Damn.
He's already back, dude. He was the whale and also Cliff Steele.
I think that we need to rerun this film in theaters to remind people why he was gone.
There we go. That's not why. Anyway, yeah, this is the most painfully generic adventure movie imaginable. Like, there is not a trope they do not do. There is not a line they do not reuse. There is not a character trait that is not utilized that we have not seen before a million times.
Hang on a second here, Tanner. They don't have like a cool character who's with them the entire time, who you think is just like part of the crew, but then at some point he turns on them because he's after money.
You're right. There is not a twist villain.
What are you talking about? That was the kid.
The kid was the twist
Never
villain.
mind, it has everything. The kid just fucking pulls a gun on them once they're in Sicily.
So I did read the book before watching this movie. Now, ordinarily, I just point out the differences between books and movies just as like a fun trivia thing. However, in this film, they explicitly include the existence of the book and basically say that it's all true in the context of the movie. So now, like, the criticism, or not, now the pointing out the differences is like an actual criticism, because they have set it up as like, yeah, you should take the book seriously. And my first thought after finishing the book, and I finished it like literally just a couple hours before we watched the movie, is I don't think they can make a good movie out of this. And I was right. Because the book is very straightforward. It's literally like they travel to the center of the earth, they fuck around barely, and then they leave immediately. And that's what happens in this movie. So in a way, it's a good adaptation. It's just they chose to adapt something that would not make a good movie.
Especially when they barely have Gum Chewing Girl in it. What the fuck was up with that, dude?
Yeah, where was Gum Chewing Girl? And like, you know, some of the differences between the book and the movie that I didn't like is that they replace... Let me start over. Honestly, like, the differences they have in terms of, like, what is actually going on in the center of the earth are kind of whatever. Like, the only thing from the book where I'm like, that might have been cool to see is that the book has giants shepherding woolly mammoths. I have a feel... Actually, that would have been sweet to see how they try and fucking CGI that. But I kind of would have liked if they just did a more straightforward adaptation instead of setting it in the modern age, because the characters in the book are just straight up more interesting, because it's a geology professor like it is in this one, in the main one, but he's like an eccentric wacky dude, and he's got his nephew who's his assistant, and then Hannah is replacing the best character in the book, Hans, which is just this Icelandic, like, hunting guide who speaks in one-word Icelandic sentences and can just get shit done. And they replaced him with this woman that won't shut the fuck up.
But dude, she's fucking bad, bro.
Whatever. Also, one big thing that doesn't make any sense is the whole, like, oh, the inside of the earth, it heats up every now and then, killing everything, I guess. And it's like, how does that make any fucking sense? But anyway, at least this movie's short, and then as we point out, it's ugly as sin. I don't think there is a single shot in this movie, even when they're in the real world, where you're like, yeah, this looks like a real thing.
Yeah, I'm with Tanner. This movie is very generic in terms of its general plot. It's fucking atrocious to look at. Lighting's horrible. The acting's fucking dog shit for basically everybody as well. There's very little going for this film, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The poster stinks too.
Also, another thing that they fuck up from the book is that, like, he mentions when they go down, oh, make sure you're looking at the compass backwards because south will be north and north will be south. That only happens in the book after they get hit by a lightning storm that reverses the magnetism on their compass. Since those guys never got hit by the lightning storm, their compasses would still be working properly. You fucking dumbasses. Read the book.
Technically, they did get hit by the lightning storm, though.
There was no lightning in it.
There was at the beginning.
Well, they didn't get struck by lightning.
They would have been dead if they got struck by lightning.
Well, fucking no.
Okay. Anyway.
I mean, their raft got struck. You know, so the lightning has to touch the fucking compass to reverse the magnetism. I was gonna say, regardless,
he said the poles were reversed in the center of the Earth, so this logic...
But they're not in the book.
Yes, I know. Anyway.
So, Dylan, what are you gonna be ranking this one here?
Unfortunately, this is another guilty watch for me, so this ranking is going to be bizarre and off-putting for you guys. I'm hoping it's not as high as you guys think it will be.
It better not be anything higher than a C, you son of a bitch.
Let's hear it. Just tell us, dude.
It's my lowest ranking of the week.
That's good.
I gave it a B-.
Okay.
Can't wait to hear you move it down 6 months from now.
I don't think I will.
Well, I'm giving it a D-. How about you guys?
I give it a flat D.
I gave it a D+.
Whoa!
We're all across the D's.
Except me.
D's and B's, and it lands at a D+ overall.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I foresaw this when that's why I wanted to get all my shit out of the way. Like I said, I think this movie's just fun to watch. I don't enjoy anything in particular about it.
It's not a very good movie, but, it gets the job done at the end of the day.
It's a ringing endorsement, dude.